Caregiving people tend to negate their needs in order to accommodate the patient's needs. Don't work harder than the person you're caring for. If he or she gives you their problems and you take it, you might experience they go on living and enjoying life, and you feel awful, weighed down, depressed, anxious, and you are, because you're carrying their load and yours. Give it back to them. Pull down an imaginary plexiglass screen. Listen, but give it back to them. Don't take it on. Ask them what they need to do to fix it. It'll empower them rather than suppress them, and it'll give them the feeling that you believe in them. Work with the person, not for the person. Don't negate their feelings or yours. Feelings are not good, bad, right, or wrong. They just are. Number 2, caregivers hurt with the loved ones. We need to let them hurt sometime. It's a vital part of the healing process. Don't shy away from their pain. But remember, it's theirs to bear, not yours. Granted, it's hard to watch, but it's necessary for them to experience. If we take it away or fix it, they won't feel like they're capable of handling the hurt. If they work through it themselves, they will be better equipped when the next hurdle arrives, and so will you. Early on, I realized if I listened to people, I heard what they needed. And if I listened really closely, they'd tell me what they needed to make it better. The recipient needs to own the problem. It may not be their fault, but it's theirs, and they have to navigate it. They need to be in charge of their recovery, and you need to be in charge of yours. You can be there to guide and suggest, but don't lose yourself or your principles. Fixing is temporary. Healing's more permanent. Healing takes time and patience. Hurting is part of the process. We and our loved ones are touching wounds that are raw and sore. Some of them are new, and some of them are old. Pain helps the healing process. It keeps us from stretching too fast and too far. It gives us the recovery time to rebuild in order to move on. It slows us down until we're ready. If we try to accelerate the healing process or skip some steps, we might backslide. Accept the fact that injuries will always be a part of our story, but with work, there'll be scars, not gaping wounds. Be patient with yourself and the client. Hold on through the roller coaster. Don't let go, but be careful not to hold on too tightly, because that hurts. They're braver and stronger than you think. Encourage them. They're still there. Don't focus on the dead version of them. Focus on the alive version. The disease will only have the power you give it. You and your loved ones are not the disease. Try not to spotlight what they've done. Rather concentrate on the person they are and always have been. Caregivers are not alone in their efforts. Oftentimes, when addiction is the disease being treated, society doesn't give the person the same compassion as it does to other illnesses. We perpetuate that myth when we are afraid to treat addiction as a health issue. As a caregiver, I've been the recipient of a lot of support because I opened up. It wasn't until I started talking that I realized how much support there was. Be careful to take inventory of your feelings of guilt and shame. They can cause you feel alone and isolated. Once you decide to share, you can feel the support that was always there. It's like the monster under the bed. Once you turn the light on and look under the bed, it's not so scary. But first, you have to acknowledge that there is a monster and that it's scaring you. Don't assume it will scare others. Give your monster a little light and subsequently a voice, your voice. The reason treatment works is because patients are encouraged to get honest with themselves. Caregivers need to do the same. Caregiving is the ultimate workout. Check yourself and your motivation behind your caregiving. Is it motivated by guilt and shame? Are you trying to heal your hurt or theirs? Is our caregiving getting in the way of our loved one's ability to heal? Remember, this condition is no one's fault. It's the nature of the disease. Think back on a time when you saw a child who was learning to walk. Remember how encouraging everybody was? When the toddlers started their new adventure, they think they can do it, but has not quite developed the confidence. Their legs are strong enough. They've tested that by standing and holding on. But they've never done it without a prop. So we encourage them. They take that first step and quickly get scared and sit down. First steps will include missteps. Our first steps, as well as our loved ones, will include missteps. Hang in there with yourself and with them. Train every day. Our caregiving muscles hold us up when they are healthy enough to do so, not before. You will get tired. Work on it every day, but not all day. Problems didn't happen in a day, and they won't be healed in a day.